Oh yeah, pipe smokers, yeah. So this is the Paul Gilson YouTube channel, and I am Paul Gilson, aka Paul the Pipe Guy, live from Rochester, New York in the United States of America, thank the Lord, on Winchester Street. Yeah. So, yeah, this is our Monday night smoke together, and it is already the 10th of November 2025, so grab your favorite pipe, grab your favorite blend, and grab your favorite beverage. We're going to talk about a guy that I think is really special, really cool. Most of you probably already know him, but if you don't, I'm going to introduce him to you as part of our smoke together. He's a great guy. Alrighty, so yeah, today was a great day, great Monday. I have a Pabst Blue Ribbon beer made in the United States of America. Thank the Lord. God bless the USA. Cheers, everyone. Happy Monday. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, I wanted to take a bit of a break of smoking the K-Woody pipes. We smoked 10 or 11 of them in a row. I wanted to smoke a Gilson pipe. This is a Gilson Canadian pipe. Yes, I bought the blanks. They were from France, St. Claude, France, a pipe factory that had shut down a million years ago. And this 83-year-old guy bought a bunch of these blanks. And I have to show you what they look like first. Hold on. Yeah, so what I was doing is I was taking these blanks. They're basically roughed out. You can see all the sharp edges still on them and all of that. The stems need to be sanded down to match the shank. But this is possibly briar that's been sitting around for over 100 years. He bought the whole factory out that was closed, all in burlap bags, this gentleman that I know. That was back in 1991, and these have been sitting around forever. So that's extremely aged briar. I don't know what kind of briar it is, so I turn them into this. Yeah. I haven't been doing them really lately because of the process of buying a house and moving and so forth, and you know. But anyways, let's set it on fire. We have some wonderful 4.5-year-old, oh gosh, Seattle Pipe Club Plum Pudding bourbon barrel aged, a full bowl. Let's set something on fire. So the gentleman I'm referring to, his name is George Bruno. Bruno. You can look him up. He's all over the internet. I've been following him on and off for, a few years. I want to share my thoughts on him, and then I'll share his actual credentials. My thoughts on George Bruno is that he's a very upfront, caring, honest guy who is sincere. As far as his credentials, he is a world-renowned barber slash stylist, hairstylist, that is one of the most sought after barbers and hairstylists in the world. He has a master's degree. He also is a certified counselor. He deals a lot with young men in crisis. He deals with loss, broken marriages, grief, all of that stuff. This guy first of all, when I used to date girls, well, I have a girlfriend now, but they were all either of the medical field or like nurses or beauticians. And what attracted me to them is their sincerity and love for people. And this gentleman, George Bruno, definitely demonstrates that. If you look up his channel, it's posted actually in the title of this video. It says, "Listen, My Son," by George Bruno. Listen, My Son. You can find him, Listen, My Son. Look at his last video. He did a short video. I believe it came out this morning. And I watched it, and I was like, maybe it came out yesterday. And he was talking about, hey, how's everybody doing? We're coming into the holidays. It's a rough time of year for a lot of people. And I could just sense the sincerity, the honesty, and the integrity that George put forth in making this video. He says, I want to hear from you guys. Now, here's a guy that, unless I'm mistaken, I looked at his subscribers. He has over 250,000 subscribers. You don't get 250,000 subscribers by being a bullshit artist or somebody that is not sincere. All right? I don't know whether he does his grief counseling for free. I don't know whether he charges. I don't know any of that stuff. And so, yeah, he put a comment on my Saturday night smoke together. He's like, Paul, you gotta get coffee mugs and T-shirts to sell. And he says, on the coffee mug on one side, have it say something, I forget what it was. Hello, pipe smokers, or something like that. Oh no, it was, oh yeah. He's like, that's your trademark, man. At the beginning of every one of your videos, like, oh yeah, pipe smokers. And he says, then on the other side, put, let's start something on fire. And he says, do the same thing on the T-shirt, and it got me thinking, and I was thinking, oh yeah. And then having a picture of myself, on the T-shirt, and then on the back he says, put down, let's start something on fire, So I don't know. And then a bunch of subscribers chipped in, and they were like, yeah, man, you should do that. In fact, George Bruno took the time out of his day to say that, make that comment on my video. And I really appreciate that, George, if you're watching. It means a lot to me, from someone of your stature. And he says, I'll be your first customer. Well, I have to think about that because, you got to invest in, we got medium size, small size, large, extra large, double with a. So it's investment in inventory. I do know people that do that, So I don't know. We'll have to see. Then other subscribers chimed in, and they were like, I'll buy a coffee mug or I'll buy this, but, by the time you pay for that to be done, you got to charge like $30 for a T-shirt or $20 for a mug. And you have to ask yourself, okay, I'm going to have to carry this inventory and so forth. But check out George's last video that he did. Very sincere gentleman. Very intelligent. I have the utmost respect for George Bruno. I do. And George Bruno every morning has the morning show. So if you go to his channel, which is Listen, My Son, you'll be able to watch George Bruno in action. Just a great guy. Just an awesome guy. I don't know, George. He's a nice guy. He's probably in his early 60s. I'm 60. I would guess him to probably be maybe 65 at the most. He's a silver fox. Has beautiful silver hair, beautiful silver beard, you know. Nice looking guy. No, I'm not gay or anything. If you are, don't take offense to that. It's all good with me. But he's just a great guy and genuine. Can't say enough about him. I haven't smoked this Gilson pipe in 6 months. And that's good. How do you get 250,000 subscribers? Through being positive, having great content on your channel, and time. Oh, man. So George, Mr. Bruno, do I get a free haircut for the plug here on your channel? I'm in need of one. Normally I keep it at like number 1 faded up to a 2, up to like leave it a little longer on the top so I can do it up like Elvis Presley kinda. It'd be worth a drive. I forgot to look up where he's from. I don't think he's from the South. I think he's from the Northeast. Somewhere. I don't know. I could be wrong. Should have looked that up, right? Oh, yeah. So I loved his last little video. It was a short one. It was maybe a minute and a half long. And I just said, hey, how's everybody doing? I want to hear from you. You know, the holidays are coming up. This is a hard time of year for people. You know, if you're having trouble, I want to hear about it. And he was genuine. He's like, you know, you can put a comment in the section down here on the video or email me, whatever you want to do. Sound of my grandfather clock. And peace and quiet. Listen to this. Peace and quiet. It's 27 degrees outside. Came rolling home this morning. It had snowed last night, maybe an inch and a half. My house must be really well insulated because there's no melted spots on the roof. You know, none of the snow melted off or anything. Oh, this is so good. I love the Seattle Pipe Club plum pudding. So yeah, George, I hope you're watching. You know, I have the utmost respect for you, and I think I've said that enough, right? He's a handsome guy, but I don't know. He might not be as handsome as I am. Well, we're going to let this pipe cool down just a little bit, and we'll be back in a nanosecond. Yeah. Oh yeah. So we gonna take another little sip off of our Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. Nice and cold after a long, hard day. Ah, that's good. That is good. You know, there's nothing wrong with drinking beer As long as you keep it under control, not going in smelling like alcohol in the morning or missing work or being stupid, drinking and driving, none of that stuff. If you're at home and you want to have a few beers, in my opinion, that's okay, as long as you don't develop a problem with it. When it starts causing problems, it's time to ditch that habit. I've had to do it until I've been able to realign myself to drink responsibly. The hard liquor I stay away from altogether now, pretty much. Every now and then, I've got a huge bottle of bourbon I've had for 6 months. My realtor gave me as a housewarming gift. And I think I've had one little glass out of it in 6 months, where I just wanted one bourbon, 3 fingers, some ice cubes, and I nursed it, and it was good. Did I have a second? No. I know my limitations when it comes to hard liquor. So in response to George's video today, the little short, we're coming into the holidays. How's everybody doing? This is a tough year for a lot of people. And he was sincere. Email me. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know if you're having problems. I can help you. And I love that. And so I made a comment on his video tonight. And I said, well, 11 and a half years ago, my wife decided after 20 years of marriage, she didn't want to be married anymore. What did I do? I surrounded myself with the best people that I could. There was a lot of people that were toxic in my life that I got rid of. Not that they're throwaways, but you don't need, when you're going through stuff like that, you don't need toxic people in your life. So that's what I did. I surrounded myself with great people, and then I started treating myself real good, like on my birthday or Thanksgiving. Those were all spent alone. My kids would call me, some of them on my birthday and some of them on holidays. Past few years, my 2 youngest, they've been taking Dad, for lunch or something on Father's Day. But I had learned to treat myself good. Instead of on Thanksgiving being like, I'm here all alone, I had to learn to be self-sufficient, self-contained, and not be sad, and be comfortable and happy being alone. I got engulfed in my pipes, the YouTube channel, making videos, and all of a sudden I found that, wow, man, you know what? Life alone is pretty good, And I treat myself good. On my birthday, I don't care how much it costs. I buy the best steak I can find. I make myself a great steak dinner with all the sides. I treat myself good. I call my mom, all right, Some of my kids might call me, but I'm okay being alone. And I was sharing with them, now that I've been so used to being alone for so many years, it's like, okay, I got this new girlfriend. It's kind of different to get used to all of a sudden having someone in your life, and it's like, all right, she's coming over, or we're going out to dinner. It feels different. I really like to be alone. I do. And I had to learn to love myself. I had to go back and ask my children. I had to ask my both wives to forgive me for the mistakes that I made. I didn't bring any of the ones up that they made, or I didn't bring any of the stuff up saying, well, it's because you did this that I reacted that way. I just went and manned up and owned it and said, I'm sorry for doing this, 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 and this. Will you forgive me? And then, before that, I had to ask the Lord to forgive me. Then I went to them, and the Lord forgave me. And then I went to them, they forgave me. And the hardest part was forgiving myself. And once I did that, all three of those things in line, I had freedom. And it's good. Life is good. And this tobacco and this pipe is really good. Yeah, I finished that off. This bowl number, Gilson pipe bowl number 01. So check out George Bruno. His channel is under Listen, My Son. Anyways, I'm Paul the Pipe Guy. Peace to everyone. God bless you all. Love the Lord. Thank Him every day for what you have. Appreciate what you have instead of concentrating on your problems. And you'll be all right. Paul the Pipe Guy. Over, but not out. Happy pipe smoking.